Still fucking with men. I'm just curious. I mean, every other story on TikTok is about some woman and a goddamn man, and I'm just like, do we not have pattern recognition? They're devils. They're energy vampires. They're losers.
She sounds miserable as hell. Now imagine hating on people to the point where you forget to love yourself. Because she's sitting there heavy as hell, being super mad at people for being happy. She forgets that she needs to get on a treadmill. You're worried about the wrong things. People can choose to be happy. Not every woman out there wants to be single and miserable with y'all. They don't have to choose what you want them to choose. So how about we just let happy women be happy, and you and the women like you can be single and miserable.
Some of you women are disgusting. There, I said it. You know why? Because some of you ladies have this laundry list of items on things that you expect a man to have. Making over this amount of money. It must be this height. It must look like a Greek god. Meanwhile, you bring nothing to the table, and that's never talked about. I mean, make this make sense. You're picking men based off of a lifestyle, not leadership, and then cry because you get the lifestyle with no leadership. Out here chasing attention more than you're chasing purpose. And you ladies, you don't fool me. Some of y'all are out here glorifying independence, but yet you crave leadership. I know you do. Wanting accountability for men, but then reject it for yourself when that mirror gets turned around. Out here prioritizing aesthetics over substance. Point blank, modern day women want men to be held to standards that they refuse to live by. And the moment that mirror's flipped and then they have to look in the mirror, then all of a sudden you become the problem. And as always, if that offended you, if you felt triggered by that, good. It means it was for you, and have a blessed day.
I have a very important question that we should all ask ourselves. That question is, why should a man want a woman in 2026? Why should a man that is single, that is already living his life, possibly disrupt his life by taking on a woman? The reason I ask this question is because I think that a lot of us women have a very outdated mindset. Women are not what they used to be. The image of a woman has been tainted by ourselves. We have totally destroyed our image. Anything positive that used to come to mind when you thought of a woman, we have dismantled. And we don't piece together the fact that dismantling our image comes with consequences. So again, I ask you to ask yourself, why should a man want a woman in 2026? We get on the internet and we sit up and we bash men all day long. All day long, all we do is talk crap about what a man isn't doing and what a man is doing that we don't like. How we don't want to live with the man. How men are acting like females. How men aren't doing enough. Men aren't giving enough. What they do isn't good enough. How they behave isn't good enough. They don't look good enough. They don't have enough money. We are just going on and on and on, talking crap about men all day long. That's point one. Point two, we have totally taken the mystery away out of being a woman. Back in the day, women didn't discuss certain things. Certain things were kept between the girls. Now, you got me online acting like the men don't process and see the same internet we do. We traded in a quick buck for our secrecy, for our mystery. You can get online and you can see how women do their hair. You can see how women do their makeup. You can see how women get cheap clothes off of Shein or wherever they get them from.
Hey, there's some truth in that. Y'all giving away all that free game out here. I'm just saying, But hey, it's too late now because y'all enjoy it.
We got our hygiene tips on there. We've got dating tips. We talk about.
My fault. Hey, if you don't mind, though, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm new to this. I'm trying to stay true to this. But if you like it, I'm working on some things, trying to get it, better.
What we do and don't do on the first date. We talk about all these things, just sharing every single thing about ourselves. We tell stories about our stupidity and dumb things we do. We talk about how we have no standards, and you may not think that that's what you're talking about.
And that's true. All day on TikTok. All you gotta do is just sit back and listen. And you'll really just listen. They not happy.
Or certain stories about situations that you've been in. What you're saying is, I don't have standards. And most women don't have standards anyways, but that's a whole separate video coming very soon. So we get on the internet, we crap on our men, we share all of our secrets about ourselves to where they're no longer secrets anymore. What would make a man want us? Then to top it all of that off, there's all this free corn everywhere. And even if you're a man where you want the real thing, there's women on here sharing basically that they'll do anything for some dinner. There's women out here that are sleeping with men for dinner. There's more of us sleeping for men for just the smallest thing. So we're giving out all the tips, all the secrets, telling all the things about ourselves. So there's no secrecy anymore. There's no anything anymore. What is the selling point for us? What do we bring? And you get mad when someone says, what do you bring to the table? Because we're asking men to bring so much. We want men to do it all. We want men to still be the men of yesteryear while us not being the women of yesteryear. We don't want to cook. We don't want to clean. We don't want to provide and cater to a man's needs. We don't want to do anything but receive everything. And we want to talk down to our men. We want to mistreat our men, but still expect them to be gentlemen and decency. And it's so funny to me how women are always online talking about how men are acting like females. And you're saying it in a derogatory way, which means you are self-admitting that you know that the image of a woman is a negative thing. If you're saying that men are acting like this and it's a bad thing, that means that you're behaving badly and you know it, and you're not calling it out, you're not changing yourself. So again, in these hard economic times, in these hard political times, in these hard, difficult, challenging spiritual times, you think that it's a good idea for a man to take on a woman? These same women who are getting online expressing how ungrateful they are, taking men's children away, putting men on child support, taking half of their stuff when they get divorced, just causing chaos in their life, causing drama. And on top of that, you have to compete with this porn. And I don't blame people. I don't blame anyone. You act like, oh, because I have my genitalia, since I have this private part, I'm the prize. No, the prize is who's ever in demand. And women are not in demand anymore. There's way too many of us. We've gotten online and made it clear that we're way too easy. We're way too promiscuous. We'll do anything strange for a little bit of change. There's literally no incentive anymore. What is the point?
The number one thing that confuses me about dating right now is that it feels like a lot of guys like me, but they don't want me. Like, they're physically attracted to me, they might like talking to me, they like all my stories and everything on Instagram, they might send me a DM every so often, but no one wants to actually make an effort to create something substantial with me. No one wants to make any sort of commitment, no one wants to plan dates, and I feel like I'm in such a weird period. Sorry, there were people, but it just feels like I'm in a weird holding period with a lot of these guys who are definitely breadcrumbing me, stringing me along, making me think that they're eventually going to make an effort. I just have to give it time, and I can't rush anything. There was one certain guy that we had been on 2 dates. They went really well. We were talking, we were FaceTiming, and I tried to plan a third because he hadn't yet, and it had been 2 weeks since we had seen each other. So I tried to plan a third, and he told me that he thought I was forcing it, and he was like, it'll just happen, let it happen, like, when we can see each other. I'm like, plans just don't happen out of thin air. Someone has to plan it, and clearly you're not. So I was told I was forcing it. So, I don't know, it's very confusing to be liked by many, but wanted by none. And it's kind of sad.
Damn,
Everyone
to
that
be
confuses
liked
me
by
about
many
dating
but
right now
wanted by none. Gosh, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. And I can understand her frustration. I can see why someone will be hurt. I have to give her credit for not coming on here talking about, men. Well, we don't know yet. We're going to dive a little deeper into her page. But in this video, she wasn't bashing men or belittling men or saying that, men are trash and men are weak for not wanting to take me seriously. She was just stating her experience and what she's been going through. The thing is, though, because a lot of these women are so obsessed with their social media, they get their personality from their TikTok. They run to their social media with all their problems, and they think that by following the latest social media trend means that they are a part of some kind of community, like it validates them. Men aren't going to take you seriously. By the simple fact that she's making this video and posting it, and her caption said this video is doing well on TikTok. The caption said this video is doing well on TikTok, so I thought I would share it here. Thousands of women in the comments saying they feel the exact same way. Nice to know I'm not the only one, but unfortunate that we feel undesirable. Something gotta give. The fact that she's seeking validation from social media is a huge red flag.
Red flag, we don't know red flag, we don't see it.
But it allows for a really interesting topic that we're going to dive into. Why is it that these attractive, successful, educated women are having their undesirable dating results? Why is it that they can't find a man? Why is it that they can attract a man, but they can't keep a man? I'm going to give you guys the answer at the end of this video. Let us look at her page, though. She's always traveling, red flag. At the top of the page, we see she's showing her body. She's not at the beach. She's not at the pool. But she's posting a picture, standing in the bathroom, showing her body. It's like girl math. Instead of buying winter clothes, buy a flight where it's warm and wear your summer wardrobe. The thing is, men look at this and say, dang, her body looks good. She looks like a fun time. Does she look like a wife? Do wives post bikini pictures on social media pushing up their titty?
No.
Trying to get validation, trying to get sexual validations. Wife don't post this. You look like a fun time. You look like a girl who's like, dang, he love to take you out so he can stare at your titties. But is he going to take you home to mom?
And just start cutting off their resources to these women, because as long as women know, hey, I can get a man to pay my bills, I can get a man to do this. Now, granted, if that's your man, your husband, cool. That's great. That's what it should be, if that's what works for you all. But as far as women who haven't put any skin in the game, being able to extract resources from men time and time again, and other women seeing it on social media, and now creating an atmosphere where that's the goal. That's what women desire, to be like that. As long as that continues, the world is just going to continue to be what it is as far as relationship and family dynamics. And I really, unfortunately, don't think women are going to stop being evil, because it's working for them. A lot of them are winning and coming up through this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're choosing the path of least resistance. It's easy nowadays for a woman to get on social media half naked, shake her behind, and have a bunch of simps or dudes or whoever, beta orbiters, gravitate towards her, and then she uses her energy to get what she wants up out of them, right? If it's a quick dopamine hit, if it's her creating a spicy content page, right, where she's displaying her body for $5.99, $5.99, yeah. It's just easy for modern women to do it, right? Because society is basically going to say, well, you're a queen, right? You're special and all this other stuff. So they're incentivized to do it because it's the path of least resistance.
And just start cutting off their resources.
So currently at the moment, I am dating 3 different men. And when I say all of these men bring value into my life in different ways, I really urge other women to experiment and date different men at the same time. Now, they all have different purposes. One is an amazing provider. He literally provides everything that I need. If I call him up right now and say, hey, I need this, or my kids need this man is willing to jump to come help me. But the thing is, he kind of lacks my interest in adult time. So that's where my second one comes into play. Right. When I say he is an amazing friend, he is the most amazing friend in this world. But the thing is, he's kind of lacking in the providing area. But that are very satisfying to me. When I say he is amazing when it comes down to adult times, yes, I keep him in the back of my pocket. Then we have the last one, which is my older man. He's the one that likes to wine and dine me. He takes me out. We do a lot of fun things together. All he asks is for me to spend time with him. And whenever he wants to go out, I go out with him. We do a lot of shopping. I help him with groceries. Like, there are just things that he said he feels lonely, and I'm just there for companionship. We literally be sitting in his garden just talking. This man has taught me so many things. And he doesn't ask for much. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And ladies, when I say keep your options open, keep them open. Until one of them men get on their knees and they ask you to marry them, baby, date them all, because every man will bring out a different side of you.
So let me just start by saying I believe this woman is lying. I don't believe this is a real situation. And I don't believe it's a real situation because she admitted that she's laying up with two of them, right? She's having relations with two of those men. The old man, who knows? Who knows? She could be having relations with three men at the same time, according to her story. But she said two. One of them not that good at it. One of them really good at it. Okay? With that being said, you got to understand this. I know women think we stupid, dumb, and crazy, but men lurk on y'all social media too, which means that 2 or 3 of them have seen that video. Here's the thing about men when it comes to dating. We have more self-respect than women, just across the board. Men ain't going for that. Men ain't, let me find out you smashing somebody else while I'm paying your bills. The provider man would be out of there. Okay? Guys who pay for stuff pick who they pay for stuff for. There's look on social media. There's an abundance of women who would love a man to pay for stuff. And they giving up coochie for it. Real pretty girls, too. But looking at her, like, let's be real. Guys who pay for stuff got to pick up the litter, bro. They get to have what they want. You ever see a fat, short, nasty-looking dude with a baddie? And you go, yeah, bro got money. That's just how it goes. And that's why I don't think this is real life. Because Mr. Provider Man would have been out. But let's say hypothetically that all of this is true. You don't think she's lying to them about each other? You know when y'all don't like men who play women and waste women's time, right? Oh, you laying up with me and you doing this with her. You doing this, that, and the third, right? She's doing the same thing, but for some reason, she's single until married. And about that single until married thing, right? All y'all got these stories. All you women who've never been married got all these stories about being cheated on, but you never been married. How? How did you get cheated on if you never been married? Rules for thee, but not for me.
And hold on, in the very beginning, she said, if it's a provider man, if she asked him for some money for her kids, I'm sick of these.
So currently,
anytime a man brings up something, and notice we're not bringing up multiple things. These are the same issues we're dealing with. And I notice a lot of our sisters, this is just the truth. The number of conversations, even if the conversations are consistent, so if we're talking about one thing 10 times, a lot of women hear 10 and think we're talking about 10 different things. So this is why it's always a problem. If you ever hear an argument, you hear a lot of our sisters say, you always complaining about something. It's always something with you. It's always, and most men are like, no, it's not always something. What it is, it's the same thing we've been talking about. And I'm frustrated because I'm repeating myself to you. So you hear what I'm saying? This is why I said we have to learn how to hear and listen. Because if we don't, we'll assume that the other person is complaining, particularly if we don't ask the question, is what they're saying justified, right? So ladies, before you say a man, all they do is complain, ask yourself, is it justified? Anytime a man brings up something.
Black men, we are not doing this in 2026. Stop asking black women, why are they promoting singleness? Black men,
You have more pressing matters. You have other shit to do. You should be too busy to be asking these types of questions or getting engaged in conversations with black women on social media as to why they say on social media that they want singleness. It's not your concern anymore. You guys know that I'm going to tackle this from a statistical approach, and I'm going to explain to black men why you should not be concerned with what black women say that they want on the dating market, whether that be marriage or otherwise. Okay? None of your concern. We are not doing this in 2026 anymore. Black men, you are on the cusp of increasing your income to the highest rate ever. You are on the cusp of increasing your marriage rates to the highest that it's been in the past 20 years. You don't have time to be asking black women questions like this. I told you guys that I don't think 3 out of 4 black women actually want to get married. And this video and the responses is absolutely going to prove it. And any black woman that's watching this, they shouldn't feel insulted by me saying that. Black women, in regards to marriage and relationships, it's not your concern. Asian men, 64 to 66% are married. Asian women, 60 to 62% are married. This is the highest marriage rate across all major racial groups. 59 to 61% married for white men. And then white women, 55 to 57%. Small gender gap. High overall marriage prevalence because they have more people in the United States. 49 to 51% for Hispanic men and 46 to 48% for Hispanic women. Moderate marriage rates, much smaller gender gap than black Americans. Black people, our marriage rates, black men, 36%. Black women, 29%. 7-point gender gap. That is the largest marriage gap among all race, gender groups. Now that's important because the black community likes to shame black men and say that we don't want marriage. You guys have heard this narrative before, right? I just showed you that damn near every other race is married at about 50% or higher. On average, the only group that is below that 50% range is the black community. So the reason why I'm narrowing this conversation down to the black community, because the guy is going to say women, but he's a black man. I'm a black man. The woman who responded is a black woman. It was primarily black women in her comment section agreeing with what she said. So I'm going to speak to the black community. That's why I'm narrowing it down to the 7% gap. That is the largest gap, even though we have the lowest marital rates. Black women have the lowest marital rates among all race and gender groups. So when you hear black women say that they don't want to get married or they think that you guys have to step up because they're doing so well, none of that shit matters to you because the statistics don't show that. Are you listening to me, black men? So stop getting engaged in these conversations where black women are trying to shame you by saying, well, the reason why we're not getting married is because men have to do more. We ain't got to do shit. Nothing. You're doing fine. You just need to improve on the foundation that you've already built. If the narrative amongst black women is that the reason why they're holding off on marriage is because black men don't qualify, cool. We'll see how that works out. And I'm going to show you how it's been working out. So I want black men to understand what I'm saying here. And I'm speaking to y'all because this should not be a shocker to the black women who think like this. This is nothing new, okay? I'm just saying it out loud. You guys are saying that men in general aren't doing enough. And even I've seen Hispanic women and white women agreeing. Even though y'all see the statistics, they're all married at high rates. The only people that's listening and actually putting it into practice is who? Black women. So they're acting like they agree with y'all, but they actually don't. That's how they dupe y'all every time. But it's not our concern as black men, okay? I'm going to continue. Hold on. What makes the black case unique? We have the lowest overall marriage rate, but we have the largest male-female marriage gap. Black men marry at higher interracial rates. Black women marry interracially at the lowest rates. So this creates a structural imbalance, not a lack of desire problem on the behalf of black men. Black men are still able to get married, guys. And before I even went live, this woman posted this. Look at what she said. This is a black woman. She said, well, maybe it's because the ones who are promoting singleness have been in relationships, including long-term marriages, but were AB'd, disrespected, and mistreated. Always go to the most negative thing. Women are no longer, she said women. It's not women. It's just black women. Women are no longer obligated to stay where they have no peace and have the right to be free from strife. It has been proven time and time again through personal experiences of black women that most black men do not make good husbands due to their lack of empathy. They want the relationship without the emotional attachment. Okay, so you see where her head is, right? And she speaks for a lot of black women because I've seen comments like this all through under the videos. They think that black men aren't marriage material. That's not our business about what black women think, guys. Black men, we are not doing.
Just hear me out real quick.
Women want a man to be rich. Not necessarily. Financially stable, yeah. But that rich shit is only on the internet. So you need to figure out what it is about you that's undesirable to women. Because the bottom line is you're not going to complain women into liking you.
Now, I'm not going to lie. That man chewed a little bit in that video, and I will tag him below. But I do think that there is a growing population of people that are making the conversations that are happening online their real life, their reality. Now, I'm on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z. And so I think that millennials have a clear consensus of like, this is only happening online. In real life, you know, women are still dating short men, nerdy men, men that don't have as much money as them. That's whatever. However, for Gen Z, it seems like some of them are so chronically online that they don't know the difference between real life and the internet. And they genuinely are turning down these men because they're not tall enough, because they're not buying them enough things, because, you know, of all these weird things that we're seeing happen online. And that's kind of scary. However, there is also a growing population of men who have never actually approached a woman. So I don't know. Are the men getting rejected for these specific reasons that we're hearing about online? Like, is there validity to this? Or are we thinking that some of them are taking their experiences and projecting them across all women? I would love to hear your thoughts. Just hear me out real quick.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, one thing you guys have to stop doing in 2026 is trying to qualify for women. It's not your job to qualify for a woman. When I say qualify, I mean take yourself and use yourself as a doormat to please her in every angle possible that benefits her, right? Doing whatever she wants you to do. Being always agreeable. Or this, as long as I just do anything she wants me to do, or if I'm this certain type of way, then she'll like me. Listen, guys, that's qualifying for a woman. That's not how the hierarchy of masculinity works. Women are to qualify for men. Men are the ones who go out here and we construct the world. We get things done. We push society forward. So women should qualify for you because this is your journey, man. This is your life. You put in the hard work. Nobody helped you do this. Nobody stayed up in the wee hours of the night, grinding it out, sacrificing, blood, sweat, and tears to get to the next level, to get you where you at today as a man. Nobody did that but you. So for you to take all of that hard work, put it in a box, put a bow on top of it, and present it to a woman as this ultimate gift is a very weak thing as a man. Trying to qualify for women is not your job. It is a woman's job to qualify for you because you are the leader. She needs you to make the decisions and to push things forward. That's what men do. That is what men do. Women really can't get out here in the logical world that men created and really just survive for real, right? Yeah, they might make money, but when it comes to survival, a lot of women just can't survive in a world that was created and dominated by men. And this world is still dominated by men. This world is still being pushed forward by men despite what you think. So it's her job to qualify for you. It is not your job as a man to qualify for a woman. Here you go.
Man, if you are single in 2026, stay your ass single, man. Some of these females, I didn't say all, I said some of these females, they ain't about nothing out here, man. I just seen a rant right here on TikTok where this girl comes on TikTok talking about a real man, a good man is the type of man that keep your hair and keeps her hair and keeps her nails and her toes done. That's a real man, and that's the type of man she want. A man who can get her hair done and her nails done and her toes done. What about like putting groceries in the house, helping you pay bills? What about a good, hardworking man that goes to work? Most women nowadays, man, they think that a man is just their toy. He's only there to provide things like her fingernails, getting her toes done, getting her hair done. It's like the new dating scene is like, do you want any more out of life than your hair and your nails? Like, is there any more in life that you want? For instance, why not tell a man, why not say, I want a man who want to see me forward my education in life. I want a man who's going to see me do better in life. Forward my degrees, forward my career, get a better job. A man is going to motivate me to actually do better for myself so I can be able to help people out when I get older, the same people to help me. This dating scene right here in 2026, man, is extremely disturbing, man. I recently watched a TikTok video where a guy meets a lady on a dating app. They talk for a couple months before they actually finally meet for the first time. So the guy invited the lady to a 5-star restaurant and they meet for the first time. The lady comes to the restaurant and brings all 5 of her friends. So the guy lets them order whatever they want and then passes them each their own separate bill. The ladies get mad and upset and start a big rant inside the restaurant. That is not how you date, man. You know, you guys, females, y'all gotta want more in life than just your fingernails and your hair done. How about saying, I want a man that's gonna help me elevate to the next level? You see, everybody wants that ball player. Everybody wants that NBA player. Everybody wants that rapper. But you're not bringing anything to the table. You have to bring something to the table that's gonna draw their attention. Men want more than a woman just because she got a small skirt on, a skimpy pair of tight pants on that's 3 times smaller than her size just to make her look good and stand out. Men want more than that from women now. That's why I said the dating scene has changed so much out here. So much catfish. People don't know what they want, man. I've never seen one video on any of these apps saying, I want a man who's going to help me, motivate me to re-educate myself or to further educate myself, to move on in life, to become a better person, to become that better mom, to become that better daughter, to become that better sister, to become that better auntie. All it is I want a man that's going to get my hair and my nails done. That's if that's all that you want out of life, man, then you're not going anywhere. And I'm going to tell you like this. People who ain't going anywhere in life, they want you to go with them. Them exactly the type of people that you want to leave the hell alone. I don't care how good you think they look, because they only looking good to you, man. Nobody else. So fellas, stop chasing after these women and you think that she's into you and all she wants you to do is get her hair and nails done. She don't want anything else out of life but just her hair and nails done. Just to look cute for the next person. The next person that you're looking cute for, they don't give a damn about you, man. Dating in 2026, man. If you are a single person in 2026, I advise you, stay single, bro. Stay single. Females, if you somebody who's trying to date in 2026 and you're single, stay single, because the men out here, they ain't nothing either, man. They gonna convince you that they got their shit together. They really got it going on. They have nothing going on at all. Being single is not a bad thing, bro. That's a flex, man, when you single and you got peace in your life. It's not a flex that when you in a relationship and you with somebody who just want to get their hair and nails done, bro. Just stay single in 2026. That way y'all can stay off the internet doing all this right here, man.
It's frustrating that I even have to make a video like this, but it happened again, so I'm going to put it out there. Every time a man in the city hits me up to do some type of work, whether it's a podcast or it's something, it goes smooth in the beginning, and then we sit, we converse, we talk business, and then it leads to the sexual comments. And it's just like, why? Why do I have to continue to go through that? And I know there's women who probably like it, but I'm not one. Every single thing that y'all seen me in or saw me on or whatever this past year and a half, and then it's not on, is because somebody wanted to sleep with me, whether it was the person I was directly working with or indirectly working with that was a part of the crew, tried to sleep with me, made me uncomfortable, and I didn't care to be a part of it. with men who I feel like me, and every time I get up, they might stare at my butt. They might stare at it's frustrating.
I am convinced that these men just don't like women. They just don't like us. Not saying that they like men, but they just don't like us. Every time we point out like where a man is lacking, right? So it's like, oh, we want men to be more romantic and give us flowers. Their comeback will be like, why am I getting a girl flowers? They're going to die anyway. Okay, you don't like us. I saw a meme yesterday, and it was a man like, when you're having a bad day, and she sends you a selfie, and your day gets worse. Huh? Y'all really hate us. We say like, oh, I love a man that opens the door for me. Why would I open a woman's door? She got two hands. She could open her own door. You hate us. Oh, we love like the girlfriend proposals, and we love the decorated hotel room. Why would I be decorating? Yo, just say you don't like us. Just say you don't like us. That's it. And we'll just move on. We'll just move on. Y'all can stop pretending that y'all actually like us. We get it. Y'all don't like us. It's cool. We're going to find somebody that does like us. And then we find the people that like us. Y'all be mad. It's no winning. It's no winning.
We don't like the lack of reciprocation. Women demand a lot and offer little.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore. Us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York, but I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore? Because